Hey everybody, back with another video. I just wanted to put my thoughts on what's going on with current events, like around with former President Trump. Um, with the thing about what they did to him being a political hit job. And what I'm going to say is, yes, it is a political hit job. Because anybody with some sense would know that if he was not running for president right now, this shit would not have been happening to him. It's not what happened. If President Trump would not be, if Trump was not running for president right now, he would fade off into memory like all of the other past presidents. Nobody would give a hot rat's ass about who he slept with, who he paid off, who he paid whatever, how he did his business, and how he did the money or whatever. Nobody would give a shit about that. And they're doing it to him now because he's running. And they know that he's a threat because they know that he is a lot better than the piece of shit resident that's in the White House now. The old feeble piece of crap that can't walk, can't think, can't say, can't talk hardly ever anymore, that can't do shit anymore. And yeah, it's getting really shitty out there. It's getting really crappy. It's wrong. And like I've heard a lot of people say before, even if you do not like Trump, you need to know if you are half-ass thinking at all critically, you know that what they did to him was wrong. It was wrong. It wasn't a crime, and there is no victims. And yes, it's a political hit job because they're scared of him because they know he's better. And it's just desperation. And it's like all these, because now the Biden administration is once again talking to the public like they're stupid, trying to appear as if they give a shit about the border now. I mean, after half of Central and South America and Haiti and some of Africa and some of China have already emptied out into this country, now they want to act like they have some kind of glimmer of concern for the border. And they don't, like again, it's election season, and that's why they are talking that way. And anybody with any sense can see that shit. It's pointless to talk about, even if they were sincere, it's pointless to talk about what they're going to do with the border now, closing it now, when all of those damn people have already came over here. Unless they mean to send them back, there's no point. And people aren't stupid. The general public isn't stupid. It can't be. But again, and another thing is, if this shit with Trump doesn't tell you that not only do you need to not turn in your guns, not only do you need to keep your guns, but you need to buy more ammo if need be, if you feel necessary. Because I can pretty much say, I think, that if we did not still have that Second Amendment, this place would have been turned into another Cuba. I mean, it's just wild now. And I don't see how all of these people from other countries that are going what they're going through just to get over here, I don't see how some people still think or talk about an American dream, because there is no American dream right now. There has not been an American dream since the 1950s, I'll say. I mean, there's an American dream back when self-defense was looked at as good. Guns were looked at as good. laws were enforced, you know, immigration laws were enforced. All that stuff that did make this country good and be a dream and made sure that people had their freedoms, all that shit is crumbling down. Because that's the shit that made the American dream right there. And, I don't see if all these people that did come from Cuba and all these other communist countries, if shit keeps going the way it is now, all they did was trade in one communist place for another. Because what the Democratic Party is trying to do is just that, is turn this place into another fucking World War II Russia type of fucking thing. I hope it doesn't get to that point here. I really do. I still hope it doesn't. I mean, there's a first time for everything, though. But I hope, if it has to do that, I hope it isn't soon. I hope it isn't within my lifetime. I don't know, shit. I wouldn't want it to be my kids and my grandkids either. I don't know, fuck. What can one say? But yeah. And you know what? Obama's the motherfucker that started that political assassination bullshit. Because that's what he did when he was in office. If you can remember another black guy that ran for president named Herman Cain, that was the owner of a Pizza Hut establishment. Um, another black man running for president along with Obama. That's why Herman Cain was a threat, because he was a Republican and he was on the other side. He was on the Republic. He was a black guy. They didn't do that with Romney because he wasn't a threat. Because you can see that Romney didn't even really fucking try during debates when he was running against Obama. But Herman Cain was a threat because he was a black Republican and running against Obama. And that would have been a choice. And what he did to Herman Cain was he got about maybe 2 or 3 women that nobody heard of, that Herman Cain never heard of, to go and say that Herman Cain sexually harassed him. And that when that happened, that was basically curtains for Herman Cain. And then after that shit was all said and done, nobody ever heard from them damn women again, the women that accused Herman Cain of sexually harassing them. So yeah, Obama is the damn starter of that whole bullshit. And that's why now every time you see somebody that's trying to run against a Democrat, they try to fucking smear them. And as I heard a saying one time, the greater the leader, the greater the opposition. And that's why Trump is going through what he is going through. And which it's disgusting and it's sad. And I admire him, of course, but he should. You can admire him for his strength and his courage and his passion all you want, but still know that he still shouldn't have to go through that bullshit. He should not. This is not what we do. And Obama's still doing shit now, because if you can all remember, there's a video of Obama saying that he wished that he could just sit behind the scenes in the basement somewhere behind the scenes and still say what to do and tell people what to do and make decisions about how the country goes. That's what the fuck he's doing right now. That is what he's doing right now. That's why he said that. He knows that Biden don't have his fucking mind anymore. Biden's not making all these decisions. I'm sorry, but he's not. It's probably not even his fault, because I know Biden was pushed to even to run for president. So, but again, everybody needs to be on guard. and pay attention to what's going on. Because they're trying to wean guns off of us like how you wean a baby off of a bottle. They're trying to make the rights less and less and less until you don't have any. They're just trying to, like they said, they don't do everything at once. They do it gradually. It's like it's the slow boiling frog situation. You don't even feel, they do it in a way that you don't feel that anything's going on, but it is. And until it's done, and then you can't do anything about it, of course. So, but yeah, that's my thoughts on this thing. God bless President Trump. God be with him. God be with this country. I hope something happens for the better soon. Because this shit is wild. This shit is just wild here. And all of these illegals that are coming over here and having so much fun and thinking that it's so great that they could just walk in here now with no papers and shit. Biden doesn't fucking care about you all. For you illegals, if you ever watch this, Biden doesn't give a fuck about you. He's trying to make it, if anything, you're only here to try and see if you can fucking vote. And if you do, he's still not going to do shit for you. Just like he still has a lot of blacks and Hispanics thinking that he's going to do something for them. You know, a lot of people, they're still stupid minority, non-whites that keep on voting Democrat, even though they don't get, they just stay, they just remain in poverty. But they just keep on voting Democrat. And all these illegals coming over here, that's what they're going to get to, poverty. It's poverty, you know. There is no American dream anymore. Trump gets back in office, the American dream will start to revive again. But until that happens. But anyway, God bless. Thanks for listening. Take care.